Welcome to another video, the same every time, IGCSE Maths, GCSE Maths, looking at the kind of questions that, apart from the numbers, are the same every time. We're looking at vector questions right now. There are two kinds of vector questions with pictures and vector questions with numbers. In this set of videos, we're looking at the number type vector questions. Have a go at this exam question. And while you are doing that, pause the video and I'll have a go at it myself. So we've got vector P. Remember, if we see a small letter, lowercase letter in bold, it means vector. And P, we're just moving 2 places across and 8 places up, 2 places to the right and 8 places up. Vector Q, we're moving 1 place to the left and 4 places up. But in terms of this question, that doesn't really matter to us. P minus Q. So I'm going to start with vector P, which is 2, 8, and take away vector Q, negative 1, 4. Subtract along the top, 2, be careful, 2 minus negative 1. 2 minus negative 1, 2 plus 1, which is 3. I'll do this non-calculator. There are papers that have a non-calculator element to them. If you want a calculator paper, though, of course, check that on your calculator. 8 minus 4. 4. So we do exactly what we would expect. We subtract along the top, we subtract along the bottom. 6p, 6 multiplied by vector p, we just multiply each number in vector p by 6. There we are. So 1248. Part B of this question, following on from what we did in part A there, find P minus Q inside these straight lines. Well, these straight lines mean the magnitude of the vector. So they're not saying in this question anywhere, they're not saying the word magnitude, they're not even saying the word vector. They're just assuming that we know what that means, magnitude of the vector, which is basically, if I was to draw that vector, P minus Q, it's the P minus Q inside the magnitude signs. If I was to draw it 3 across 4 up, how long would my vector actually be? So I must work out the thing inside the magnitude sign first, which is P minus Q. We already did that. So even if you got that wrong, you've still got the possibility of a follow-through mark in this particular question. So P minus Q was 3, 4. So 3, 4 in a vector is 3 that way, 3 across, and then 4 up. So 3 across, 4 up. I'm just going to attempt to draw that with a slightly better straight line. There we are. So 3 across, 4 up. This would be my vector there, P to Q. Okay, so that would be my vector, P minus Q rather, not P to Q. So that would be my vector P minus Q. And the question is asking what's the length of this line. The magnitude of the vector is the length. Well, this would make a right-angled triangle. So then it's just a Pythagoras theorem, 3 squared plus 4 squared. We're finding the longest side, so it's square, square, add square root. 3 squared plus 4 squared, 9 plus 16, which is square root 25. So we have the final answer 5 there. That's actually the famous 3, 4, 5 triangle, isn't it, if you know that one? So the magnitude of a vector, all right, we don't actually have to draw the diagram or even think too much about it if we're finding the magnitude of a vector. Because if we see this question, this kind of question, with a vector inside the 2 straight lines, all we have to do is take the top number in our vector, which in this case is 3, square it. Take the bottom number, which in this case is 4, square it. Add and square root. That's all we need to do with this kind of question. With a magnitude of a vector question, recognize it, it looks like that. When you see them on your exam, you'll know what to do. You just take the first number in your vector, the top number, square it. The bottom number in your vector, square it, and then square root. Add them together and square root. So why not pause the video and have a go at this? It's another exam question worth 3 marks this time. While you're pausing the video, I'll have a go at it myself. So we've got vector M, 5, 7, 3M. Well, that just means I multiply everything in m by 3. So 3 times 5, 15. 3 times 7, 21. So 15, 21. Then they tell us the vector VW. There's 10, negative 24. Find, and there's those lines again, the magnitude of the vector v to w. All we have to do, take the two numbers in our vector, so 10. Now be a little bit careful here because the second number is a negative, so putting it in brackets and squaring it, add them together and square root. Well, I'm thinking this time I will reach for my calculator. Check you can do this on your calculator as well. You've got to be very careful with the negative. Remember, when we're doing a negative to a power on our calculator, we must put it in brackets. Check that you can get this answer. I press the square root sign first, 10 squared plus bracket negative 24 bracket squared. Right, I've got 26. It does make a nice round number answer, but I'm not sure that I would have wanted to do that one non-calculator really. So again, notice the word vector is not in this question. The word magnitude is not in this question, but they just assume that you know what to do, which of course, after watching these videos, you do know what to do. Another exam question worth 2 marks. Why not pause the video and try it yourself? While you're doing that, I will try the question, then we can compare answers. So find 3a minus 2b. So they're giving us 3 vectors here. Vector A, negative 3, 2. Vector B, 5, 4. Vector C is 14, 9. Find 3a minus 2b. Now, if I was doing this question, I certainly would not try to do it in one go. I would first of all work out the first part of the question, 3a. 3 times vector A. So 3 times vector A. 3 times negative 3, negative 9. 3 times 2 is 6. And then minus 2 times B. 2 times vector B would be 10. 8. So 2 times vector B, 10, 8. So there's my working out. So I suppose out of the 2 marks, there's 1 mark for the method. Now all I have to do is subtract along the top, subtract along the bottom. Negative 9 minus 10. Be a little bit careful. If you are on a non-calculator paper, think of that number line, negative 9 minus 10. Starting at negative 9, subtracting a 10, moving 10 places to the left, so it takes you to negative 19. 6 minus 8, start at 6 on your number line, move 8 places to the left, you're actually going to finish at negative 2. Of course, if it's a calculator paper, use your calculator for that one. There you are. I certainly would not attempt to do that in one go. Some people will, but maybe they're the people who are not watching these videos and are not doing enough practice. But thank you very much for watching this video, and if the video was useful to you, then please do like and subscribe. I will return for the next video.